Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 64, verse 6 says, "They search out injustice, saying, 'We have accomplished a diligent search. For the inward mind and the heart of a man are deep.'" They search out injustice? Who does such a thing? Well, David is describing, once again, what evil does, what evildoers do, is they're not in search of justice, but they've searched it out so deep, and they know that the mind and heart of people are very, very, very deep. So can you imagine having your life being a person who searches out injustice? Most of us scream for justice to be done, but for injustice and trying to make injustice happen. It sounds so wicked. It sounds like we wouldn't even begin to think like that. But we need to be cautious of our own lives and making sure that, we are people that are in the midst of every situation, looking for God's justice in such a way, God's love and grace coming into every situation. And sometimes I think we live in there's unjust situations happening, and it almost infuriates us. It excites us. It entices us to think something needs to be done about this situation. So we might do things that cause us to stand up for injustice. But I'm wondering sometimes, when the evildoers, seeing Christian people standing up for injustice, what that looks like to them. Sometimes I wonder if they applaud it because they see Christian people who are supposed to be done, acts are supposed to be done in grace and love and, compassion. Instead, we fight back with words of hate and anger and more injustice. I wonder sometimes if we fuel the flame with more unjust acts. Friends, you can't put out an unjust fuel with anger and hate and with more it's put out by love and grace. And so I think as we walk into an unjust world, we need to realize that evil produces injustice, but it's not our place ever to speak more anger into that situation. So be very cautious when you walk in this world, and there's a lot of anger going on right now, that we're not part of the fuel. As believers, the Lord could have come in on riding a white stallion, conquering, bringing back, the rule, but he didn't. He was meek and he was mild, and he went to a cross, and he showed what justice really looks like, was demonstrated on a cross. So, friends, I think that's what we're called. We're called in an unjust world to be people who are willing to lay our lives down and do it in such a way that it's grace and love. Be blessed, my friends, walking in an unjust world.